And good evening, my friends. 10 p.m. on a Thursday, March the 13th, 2025, one night before the full blood moon is going to occur. So, I want to talk about a lot of things right now tonight, considering all the sexual harassment, defamation, and all the latest activities that have been occurring lately. I want to talk about the human trafficking family. This used to be a safe place, but there's more than a few people within the building, which I feel is trying to make this building into a brothel. Now, for those of you who don't know what a brothel is, I've been researching a bit today. A brothel can be used by sex trafficking members to have sex work in a brothel, which is considered safer than street sex. It's very criminal, of course, but unfortunately, it seems to be happening here, it seems like. Now, of course, there are various members in the sex trafficking establishment who work together. Of course, there are the pimps, and they are the ones who make sure the drug trafficking keeps on going on within the establishment. There are Johns who come in and out of the building regularly as well. And of course, there's always a human sex trafficker involved. Usually someone who used to work in the truck driver job. There are known to be human traffickers who used to be a truck driver who are known to traffic victims back and forth as well. So truck drivers can be considered human traffickers or ex-truck drivers who actively have or are involved with known prostitutes and who have been lurking outside my door cut by two support workers. It's another thing, which is very suspicious. Anywho, I didn't know about the sex trafficking ex-truckers and truckers, but this one guy, neighbor in the building, I caught lurking outside my door, opened the door, he was there. He does admit to everyone in our community downstairs that he was an ex-truck driver, but in the fact that two support workers caught him waiting by my door as we came up to make sure I was safe, he did not expect that. Today, he just didn't talk to me, was quiet, and didn't associate with me at least, because he knows he's in trouble. So, yeah, that's kind of suspicious right there. His actions toward me and all the other things as well. Also, the one who's been sexually harassing me, who has been charged and sentenced already with recorded evidence almost a decade ago now. He had the nerve come down to the community breakfast today and had the nerve to keep trying to talk to me. Talking about my cat, I ignored him. I just didn't comment, showed no reaction. And I kept communicating with everyone, who is not these assholes. And I just ignored him. Right in front of everybody, he kept talking, trying to talk to me. And then he started getting really, direct, talking about my cat, Buffy. How's Buffy doing? It's kind of an indirect threat toward my cat, maybe. No. Right in front of everybody, stupidly. And he too has been associating with an ex-prostitute and also very suspicious, probably much more than that, but she's moved out since. And that's when all this excessive harassment has started. And another thing I want to talk about, which is very sad and unfortunate, I don't mean to sound racist or stereotypical. There are a lot of security breaches that have occurred when it comes to um, letting a lot of people into Canada. Not all of them are good cookies. There's quite a few of them who are criminals, human traffickers who have come into Canada. So that's another very disconcerting thought. So if someone is new to Canada, making sexually harassing remarks toward certain people, especially excessively, and giving death threats as well, and being sexually harassing as well, should be deported back to wherever they came from, especially when it comes to death threats and everything. But if they're acting excessively and claims mental illness, well, they should be in the mental institute. But definitely deportation should be considered when it comes to making death threats toward especially Indigenous people, talking about lies that they're prostitutes and whores and all this stuff, when it's not true, when everything else is provable. So someone like that is brought into Canada and proving to be causing a danger with recordings and stuff and evidence. Well, deport them back to where they came from for safety's sake. You want to cause violence or threaten violence? Send them back to where they came from. Deportation should be done right away in that case. So that's another thing, especially when it comes to human trafficking. If we really work together, this family can branch out even more. There's always pimps. And of course, there's drug dealers within the building who gets rape drugs, to rape or drug down these people, to be sexually assaulted and so forth. That's another thing. They try to enforce drug use on people or get people to drink more, invite you for a drink and here and there, and so forth. That's another thing. That's another warning sign. And they tend to knock your door, try to be friendly, or just lurk out your door and listen to you, or try to force their way into your apartment and so forth. People who ex-truck drivers could have been part of human trafficking, transferring victims back and forth. You got to look into that as well in the past, and so forth. So this is just the beginning of my research into the human trafficking process. I hope the police are getting much more education and training into human trafficking, as I'm doing this on my own accord as well. And it seems like the circle of people in this building are going around trying to victimize me sexually, saying I'm a prostitute. And this all started just recently. Doesn't make any sense. So it's too new, including the one who's ex-truck driver and everything. Doesn't make any sense. So therefore, investigations has been launched on these people. And the harassment has got to stop, because believe me, charges will be laid and multiple charges shall be enforced. So yeah, just connect the dots and so forth. Record. And notate. And these predators will go down. So that's about it. That's my new thing for today. As I watch this movie, it's very upsetting. I shut it off. And I'm doing some research about that more. Right now, in my case, like the human trafficking expert I talked to on the hotline, she said, in my case, not human trafficking, because I'm not a prostitute. It is more sexual harassment and coercion. So, that's in my case that I'm not a prostitute. They're trying to coerce me. They're sexually harassing me and defaming my name. So in my case, this is a case of harassment and so forth, criminal harassment as well, and all that jazz. So it's a long, big, complex research. Talked to a lot of people and everything, found a lot of things out. And yeah, even people come to Canada who are not from Canada, who are proven to be a threat to people in Canada. Death threats, harassment, defamation, yelling, they can damn well go back to where they came from and they can be deported because they are a danger. That's one other thing that I'm finding out. And if it's provable that they are faking some kind of mental illness or faking some other thing, and it's provable, they're still to be deported if they threaten, especially when they death threaten or threaten someone's life or a certain kind of person, defaming the name and verbally harassing and so forth. So, yeah. And they will do anything in the power to try to stop you as a victim. In my case, saying, oh, she drinks all the time. Oh, she's a prostitute. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Oh, she damn blah, 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 blah. Every lie under the book, which is easily provable. People who really know me know I am not. Even those people, when I go to the church, when I go to community events, I'm a victim of violence. I'm a victim of defamation. I'm a victim of a bunch of predators. People stalking me and so forth, especially the ex-trucker used to hang up lurk outside my door and was caught, 2 witnesses in hand. So, do your worst, buddies. You're digging your own grave. And this indigenous war will kick your asses to the wall. So everyone else experience a similar thing. Hang in there, keep pushing on, record, talk, notate, and eventually get witnesses, get support. And believe me, if you get enough ground in the support system, you will get the help. So, Megwitch, take care and hang in there.